and welcome to another episode of Rate My Cigar. So tonight I'm going to be smoking a very small cigar compared to what I normally smoke. So this is a San Cristobal de Habana. Now, I'll be honest, I've only ever smoked one San Cristobal before, so I'm actually quite looking forward to trying this. Now, this is actually called a El Principe. So like I say, it's a very small cigar, so sort of like a nice quick smoke. It's a 4.3 inch by 42 ring gauge. Now, I'm not expecting this to be a long smoke. I'm going to hazard a guess sort of in the sort of 35-minute region. Now, it's basically like a light to medium cigar, so it's not really like a powerhouse. It's basically like designed as like a really easygoing, light, quick, short smoke. You can actually buy these in the UK as well, so these are only about £20 to buy in the UK. Now, I'm going to light this up and get this going. So obviously when I cut it, I had a quick smell of the wrapper, and I'm getting like hints of like a light cedar, like sort of like maybe a barnyard, like sort of grassy smell. So I'm expecting it to be like I say, quite a sort of a light grassy, maybe a little bit of earth. Let's just get this lit. Wow, so the draw is very tight. So interestingly, as soon as I put the cigar to my lips, I got quite like a salty flavour to the wrapper, which I haven't experienced too much. Yeah, enjoyable first couple of draws. Very, very, very tightly rolled, very tight. So the draw on that is quite tough, but you do tend to find that with sort of smaller ring gauge cigars. Now, flavour wise, getting like a grassy, a hay, almost like a roasted coffee bean maybe. It's quite bready as well. Yeah, very, very bready, and quite salty as well, which is an interesting flavour. I did not expect that from this at all, to be honest. So I've made my way through the first third. Flavour wise, it was sort of like a hay, barnyard, grassy, roasted coffee, definitely like bready notes as well. As I sort of transitioned through the first third into the second third, the roasted coffee is definitely still there. There's like hints of wood which are coming through it. Definitely leather as well. Leather is one of the prominent notes I've noticed in this for certain. The cream has sort of stepped up quite a lot. It's turning into a bit of a creamy cigar, and I'm getting notes of like a strange sweetness, almost like a honey sweetness. I noticed it a very, very small amount in the first third when I started smoking it, but it's definitely a bit more prominent now, that's for certain. It's a nice cigar. It's definitely a lot tighter on the draw than I would have sort of hoped for, to be honest. When I first looked at this, I thought, it's probably going to be about a 30-minute smoke. Just because of how tight the cigar is, it's definitely going to be a little bit past that mark, I think. So I'm having to sort of like draw quite hard on it, to be honest. But I think maybe if I dry boxed it, it would have been a lot easier to smoke for certain. But yeah, the flavours are good in it. As like a cheap, like short smoke, I think, yeah, great little cigar. Yeah, so enjoying it so far. The other thing I've noticed is like the earth has really stepped up in it as well. So like the main sort of two notes is like the leather and definitely the earth notes, which are sort of quite prominent at the front of the palate. I'm pretty much all the way through the last third now. Flavour wise, it stayed fairly the same. The earth has been sort of at the forefront, earth and leather. There is a sweetness there, like the honey notes, which I mentioned earlier. And it's fairly sweet, to be fair. It's not bad at all. There's definitely some vanilla there as well. I'm gonna be honest, it isn't my favourite Cuban I've had so far. I tend to prefer stuff which is a little bit less earthy than this, maybe a touch sweeter. So on that note, I'm gonna put it on the board. So yeah, it has been enjoyable, but not really to my personal flavour profile. I would probably have enough one, yes. It has been okay to smoke. But yeah, draw wise, it has been a little bit tight for me. But other than that, I have enjoyed it, to be fair, so I can't really grumble too much. So obviously, thank you very much for watching, and if you could be kind enough to subscribe, it would massively help the channel, and give us a like, and obviously a comment in the box below. Thank you very much. Bye bye.